Land of Windmills, Part 2. All these windmills of so many broken people, each the world chewed up and spit out. Hubby and I loved each one. We had no children at the time, and seeing others in pain, we followed God's idea to help. Helping others can sometimes bite you or hit you like a BB gun in the back with those metal BBs. It won't kill you, but it can hurt. Hubby and I felt like we can make a difference. We had enough strength and unity, as in love. We stood solid to see if others can see this as God's way of living. First windmill was Sweet S. Homeless and just had a forced abortion and having a hemorrhage reaction. This means bleeding out if she moved too much. We stabilized her as best as we can physically, prayed and talked to God as we see a glimmer of light, and then she took our checkbook and cleaned out our bank account. well, they cleaned out the books. We didn't even yell. She could not look us even in the eye. Yeah, and she ran off. The second windmill, misguided tea. Use cocaine first to work extreme hours, using this to cover physical pain due to previous injuries. Hubby was able to work with friends in law enforcement and the morgue to bring a scare-straight approach, and by prayer, talk to God once a glimmer of light, and he stayed clean for 2 years. And then seizures started, and with no hospital willing to accept him, for he started doing cocaine again. So prayed, and God stabilized him. The seizures stopped. And then I was led to take a string and wrap his hands and warned him if he continues this path, he'll be tied up, his freedom will be gone. And then misguided tea ran. Next I heard he shot his dealer. That did not go well after we prayed and cleaned the house 2 years earlier. We did not follow what I now know of filling what was taken out with more of Christ, and then sealing by the Holy Spirit like fire. So needless to say, he lost his freedom and went to jail. The third windmill was Medic D. One of our successes. He being a World War II med veteran who became gun-shy about getting married again after his first wife threw him under the bus with a Dear John letter and dragged him under the court battle for years. He was worried about this gal, now Sweet Pea, being a few years younger. How would this look? Hubby and I prayed for wisdom, and the answer came. Sweet Pea would make you a wonderful wife. Be not in fear, for love is seen ageless. So we saw joy, and moved out of the house, okay, because we were house sitters, and moved into our apartment. I still traveled with a metal windmill that, if it was not handled correctly, will put a few cuts in. So back to a small apartment. A small apartment can be cramped up with extra people. This is a one-bedroom apartment. So a windmill was brought to our door. Fireman T, in reaction to his father's death in the family, and with its pain, caused then a division. So he's kicked out of his house of his mother, and he asked for help, and we said okay, until he got his own place for a few weeks. Hubby and I did not pray for guidance. Then a girl came to our door in tears. She was kicked out of her mother's house, for her mom remarried. So, yep, two came to live on our couch and floor space. Well, Fireman T and this girl got into some drinking game while I was at work. And those taking uppers, like breathing medicine and alcohol, don't mix. It's not good. They should have known better. She was found not breathing. I came home in a room of serious faces and a wet-breathing girl. Hubby and the Fireman T decided to put her in the shower, clothes and all, to keep her breathing. In this apartment, where hubby and those windmills needed to see pain. The girl awakened and ran back to her mom, and a little humble after being nearly dying. And well, Fireman T went back home to his mom after a small encounter with a knife. He decided to make peace with his mother. God is merciful.